Hello everyone, so in today's video we're going to talk about what I think are the top 5 improvements you can make to your Stratocaster. But the main thing to take from this are, these are my 5 pro tips, not pro tips, but my 5 upgrades I would do to a Strat to make it play better and maybe look better. And also these are quite inexpensive and easy things to do. So we know we could always change the neck, or we could change the pickups, you know, change the paint. They're big jobs, but these are 5 easy things that are relatively, you know, low cost and easy to do. You can do them at home with simple tools. So anyway, so let's get cracking. The first thing I would do to my Strats to make them play better is I would install a better nut. Okay, so here I've got a Tech Tusk XL nut, and I would improve the nut by fitting a Tusk nut to allow the strings to, you know, they slide. Apparently it self-lubricates, so tuning is very important for your guitar. So for you to play well and to feel confident when you play, always upgrade the nut. So that's the number 1 thing I'd do, is upgrade to a Tech Tusk XL. Okay, so the number 2 thing I would do, keeping it nice and simple and to do with tuning still, is I'd change the tuners, okay? Preferably to locking tuners if you can. It just makes tuning up and changing strings a lot easier and faster. Here I've got some Vanson locking tuners, and they're a straight swap out, easy replacement for the ones that came on this guitar. Each Strats may have different setups for their tuners, so you might have vintage style tuners, or like this, you've got the 45-degree screw on the tuners. Some locking tuners don't even have screws, they just go into a pin. Okay, there's a pin that goes into a hole in the back of the headstock. So find out what you have first and then upgrade to some good locking tuners. It'll improve tuning stability along with the nut, and it will allow you to change strings faster, okay, and easily fine tune. So that's number 2 on my list. number 3 on my list isn't more, it's more of a visual feature, I must say, and that would be to change the plastics on the guitar. So, I mean, there's a little bit of function in there. I mean, when it comes to the volume and the tone pots, if you have a nice, you know, control knob on there, and you can move it easier, you know, it means when you're doing the volume swells, can you do something? If you can move the volume knob easily with your finger, there's nothing in the way, it's nice and smooth, that's a good thing to have. But also when it comes to the pickups and the volume knobs and the switch, and even the back plate if you have one, those are really easy to remove and change. So if you want to change the colour, you want to make them consistent. This guitar, they weren't the same consistent colour, so I've got an all white pack. You can even change the scratch plate, but that's still, again, the scratch plate is a bit more involved. You've got to remove pickups and wiring, but the pickup covers and the control covers and the switch covers are just pull off and on. You know, they're nice and easy. So I'd say if you want to improve the look of your guitar and something nice and easy, do something like that. And if it looks good, it makes you want to pick it up and play. So yeah, number 3 will be the plastics. Change those. Okay, number 4 on my list is to change the jack socket. Okay, so not the metal bit on the outside, inside. So originally there is a single, I think it's like a single contact jack socket, and what happens is when you move the jack socket like this or you touch it with your arm, it actually makes noises. Okay, so to get away from that, you can get, this one is called a pure tone input jack, and it's got multiple input points like little pincers, so that means it is more difficult to pull out the socket, but if you move it, wiggle it, it won't make any noise. So that's good, that's a good upgrade. It is a wiring job, but it's 2 wires. Yeah, so it's your first step into soldering and wiring on a guitar, so I highly recommend doing that because it's nice and easy to start you off. When you want to come to doing the 5-way, 3-way switch, the tone pots, the pickups, this is a nice wiring job to start off with to get you more confident. So yeah, that's my number 4, is to change the jack socket. Okay, last change is the big change. But I think once you've done the other 4 changes, you'll have confidence to do this 5th change. And that comes down to the tremolo unit. So if you have a bad tremolo unit on your guitar, and every time you use it, it ends up out of tune, you don't really want to play it, you have problems with tuning, you lose your confidence. If you have a nice tremolo unit that goes back to tuning, you know, back in tune, you've got more confidence and you want to play. So I always recommend changing your tremolo unit if it's not very good. I mean, if your stock tremolo unit is good, leave it, yeah? But if it doesn't keep in tune, you've got intonation issues, upgrade to something better. On my Strats, I haven't got the stock tremolo units. I've got Callahan bridges on 2 of my Strats. This one's a Wilkinson bridge, which is pretty good. Just gives you confidence to use the whammy bar. If you're a whammy bar player, if you don't really play the whammy bar, you can just block it off. But again, the whammy bar isn't just about using the whammy bar, it's a bridge, okay? And on this bridge, you've got individual saddles. Now, if those saddles aren't very good, that also throws out your intonation and tuning, yeah? For me, tuning is important. If you can keep it in tune, that means you have the confidence to keep playing and playing the songs correctly. So it's not just about the whammy bar, it's also about good quality saddles, good quality tuning. So highly recommend changing your tremolo unit if it's not up to scratch, yeah? Anyway, that's my number 5. Okay, so they're my 5 easy upgrades that you can do to your Stratocaster to make it play better, feel better, and give you more confidence, okay? Because at the end of the day, that's what you need. Some notable mentions, strap locks. I also like to have these strap locks. It gives you peace of mind when you put the strap lock on. The guitar's not going to come off the strap. Yeah. That's an easy thing to do as well. You can just unscrew the old one and put the new ones on. You can change the neck plate if you want to, for the neck. What else have we got? More involved things are the 5-way switch. I've changed this to a Fender 5-way switch, which again requires some soldering techniques. It's a bit more advanced, but if you're confident, you should do that as well. The last thing you should tackle really is the pickups. So changing the pickups is to taste. But also, if you get it wrong, then you'll be troubleshooting for hours and hours why the guitar doesn't work. Okay, so you need to be confident enough to do that. But yeah, on top of that, oh, the last thing, which I have coming on order, is a new string tree. So like the nut, you can get a Graphtec string tree. So once that's arrived, I'm going to install that and this guitar will be done for me. Yeah, so I think the best thing to do now is just play you out. So thanks for watching, comment, like and subscribe and enjoy your Strat.